here today in the case of State of Georgia versus Brandon Christopher Risner. I understand Mr. Risner has decided to enter a plea of guilty in this case. We'll get to more specifics in just a moment. Before we get started, there is a media here today which I have permitted under Rule 22 of the Uniform Superior Court Rules unless there's any objection to be heard. From the state?
None from the state.
From the defense?
No, Judge.
All right. Well, that'll be fine. And could the defense counsel identify yourself, please?
Your Honor, I'm Jeff Heller. I represent Mr. Risner.
And for the state?
Leah Mayo.
All right, very well. Mr. Heller, if you and Mr. Risner would approach the lectern. Before we get started, okay, this is a guilty plea to all counts in the indictment. Felony murder relating to events of the same date and involving the commission of the offense of aggravated assault and the death of Aaron William Davis. Count 3. Another count of felony murder based upon the offense of aggravated battery causing the death of Aaron William Davis. Count 4 is aggravated assault. With the intent to murder. Count 5 is aggravated assault with an offensive weapon. Count 6 is aggravated battery. Count 7 is concealing the death of another. Count 8 is abandonment of a dead body. Count 9, theft by taking, involving the property of Clinton Brandon Davis, to win a Toyota Prius. Count 10 is removal of body parts from the scene of death. Count 11 is tampering with evidence, and count 12 is obstruction of officer, a misdemeanor involving the obstruction or hindrance of Trace Bethune, an officer with the World Police Department. Will you please swear in Mr. Risner?
If you raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm that the answer to the truth?
Yes.
Ability to understand these. Offenses will merge into the malice murder count, but others will be subject to additional time, including concealing the death of another, abandonment of a dead body, death by taking, removal of body parts, tampering with evidence, and obstruction. The misdemeanors carry a potential sentence of up to 12 months each. I ask counsel to determine what the potential sentence is for on 7, 8, and 9.
On the misdemeanors, 12 months.
Concealing death of another.
10 years, Your Honor.
Abandonment of a dead body.
3 years, Your Honor.
And theft by taking.
5 years.
Do you understand all those potential sentences for all these counts?
Yes, sir.
All right. And now, let me inquire, is this going to be a negotiated plea?
No, Your Honor, it's open.
it's open, okay.
With the request for sentencing to be at a later date.
I understand that. So there's no negotiated sentence to be recommended to the court, Mr. Risner, so therefore the sentence will be determined by the court. And for the malice murder charge, the alternative for sentencing will be either life or life without parole. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Life without parole is self-explanatory, I think, but a sentence of life itself would make you ineligible for parole for at least 30 years. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And we will set sentencing for a later date, at which time the state will, and your attorney will both have the opportunity to offer argument to the court for either aggravation or mitigation in their position on which of the alternative sentences I should impose. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Has anybody, your attorney, the state attorney, or anyone else made any threats or promises to you to make you plead guilty in this case?
No, sir.
Have you had sufficient time to talk to your attorney, Mr. Heller, and to discuss your case with him?
Yes.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
I'll inform you there is a statute of limitation of 4 years for a felony conviction and 1 year for a misdemeanor conviction in which to file a habeas corpus petition. I'll also inform you that you have 30 days, I'm going to get to that in just a minute, that you have 30 days after the entry of adjudication of guilt in which to file a notice of appeal. And if you have any further questions concerning your post-conviction rights and remedies, you should consult with Mr. Heller about those. Also, in regard to post-conviction matters, normally a criminal defendant has 30 days after the adjudication of guilt in which to file a notice of appeal. But in connection with this guilty plea today, I've been presented with a waiver of rights to appeal and rights to withdraw guilty plea. So that would not apply to you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And is that your signature on this waiver form?
Yes, it is.
Do you hold a weapons carry permit?
No.
As a defendant in a criminal proceeding, you are entitled to certain rights under our laws and constitutions. You give those up when you enter a plea of guilty like you're doing now, so I want to review them with you at this time. You have the right to a trial by jury, and you cannot be compelled to give evidence against yourself. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to testify on your own behalf?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to confront and cross-examine witnesses who testify against you?
Yes.
Do you understand that you are presumed not to be innocent until proven guilty?
Yes.
And do you understand that when you enter a plea of guilty like you're doing now, you waive and give up these rights?
Yes.
How do you plead to these charges, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Have these questions been read and explained to you?
Yes, they have.
And are you satisfied with the services of your attorneys as rendered on your behalf?
Yes.
I'll find that Mr. Risner has been fully advised of the charges against him and the maximum punishment for the offenses. I further find that he has fully understood and responded to the questions that I've asked and has freely and voluntarily entered his plea of guilty without undue influence, compulsion, or duress, and without promise of leniency. I'll accept it. And so that will be entered. And counsel, when do you propose to be prepared to proceed with sentencing?
We'd ask the court for 30 days, Your Honor. I've already talked to the state. They don't seem to have a problem with that.
30 days is essentially during the PAC conference week, is that right?
Yes, sir. What about the week before?
The week after is the judges' summer conference, so I think we're looking at 4 weeks from today. Would that be the
The week of the 15th.
16th? The week of the 15th?
That's Monday's the
So
15th,
that'd
Your Honor.
be 18th? Okay. July 18th?
That'll be fine, Judge.
Okay. So that will complete the matter for today. Anything else to take up, councilors?
Would the court like a brief factual basis?
I'll just wait to get it all. Well, let me hear that. And I'll let you get into more argument at sentencing.
Between November 11th and 12th of 2022, at his parents' residence off of Collingwood Drive here in Floyd County, Brandon Christopher Risner did make an assault upon the person of Aaron William Davis with a blade-like object and with the intent to murder and with malice, by stabbing him repeatedly in the head, neck, torso, and extremities, causing disfigurement and ultimately causing Aaron's death. Then, to cover up his crimes, the defendant attempted to dismember the body and in doing so removed a portion of the small intestines, which was never recovered. Ultimately, he transported Aaron's body to a wooded area off of Tumlin Drive, which is also within Floyd County, and he buried Aaron in an unmarked grave underneath a fallen tree and root bowl. He then went to Walmart and bought cleaning supplies and attempted to clean Aaron's blood off of the mattress, carpet, and rug, as well as Aaron's blood spatter off of the ceiling of an upstairs bedroom at the Collingwood residence. He then took the victim's car, a Toyota Prius worth greater than $5,000 and which belonged to Aaron's father, Randy Davis, and he attempted to submerge it in a creek in Heritage Park here within Floyd County. When officers discovered his dirty laundry, which consisted of some of the attempted laundered bloody sheets, which were in the laundry room of the Collingwood residence, the defendant then ran, disobeying lawful commands from Officer Trace Bethune to stop. Aaron William Davis was 21 years old when he was brutally murdered by the defendant.
Anything you wish to add at this time, Mr. Heller?
Not at this time, Your Honor. We would have stipulated to those facts. I understand the state wanting to read them for the record.
All right. And I will, just to ensure that I'm covering all bases, the aggravated assault and aggravated battery counts, if they were not merged, would carry potential sentences up to 20 years each. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And Your
Yes,
Honor,
ma'am.
just for purposes of the record, the victim's family and other interested parties are appearing via WebEx for today's hearing.
Just to confirm, Judge, that the sentencing date will be the 18th of July.
Yes, at 1:30. Okay.